Originally, Bloodbath was all I wanted in this game, but it turned into more. So I decided to make this jump. About a year ago now, I made a post saying that I would jump to something that just got kicked into the legacy list. So then it began. I don't know honestly why I thought of making this jump from Bloodbath. I didn't think it'd be a good idea, but I did it anyways. So this was my first progress video. I had gotten 20%. I didn't upload any other progress, but the only other good run I got was 75 to 100, and that's about it. After spending about 20,000 attempts and only getting 20% and 75 to 100, I decided I wasn't ready to it for the level. I said I'd come back to the level after I beat some more new artists for a skill boost. So then I went on to beat Phobos, Blade of Justice, Auditory Breaker, and some of these other levels. Once I'd beaten Auditory Breaker as my new artist, I started really playing Bloodlust again. I still didn't fully come back to it, but like, I was still playing it off and on to try and keep my consistency for the extension. Pause real quick, I forgot to mention that this is also around the time when I beat Yatagarasu and also Sonic Wave, so I got a huge skill boost right here, which really helped with coming back to Bloodlust. As I was randomly playing, I ended up getting extension to 100, which boosted my motivation a lot, and I ended up coming back to the level fully for the entire month of December. When I got that 66 to 100, I just felt that I was able to play better after beating Auditory Breaker. I knew I got a skill boost, so I really started focusing on the other parts of the level that aren't the extension. I actually made progress really quickly. Within about the first week, I got 44%. Once I'd gotten that 44%, I really wanted to push for 2 runs. 48 to 100 was my goal. Etzer was really the only hard part. 54 to 66 is not very hard, to be honest. It's just like literally a buffed version of Bloodbath's ending, which I was all too familiar with from Bloodbath. So what happened next was insane. I actually ended up getting 48 to 100 really fast. I got it, I think, maybe 2 days after I got 44%, so that was pretty cool. Once I'd gotten 44% and 48 to 100, I was only missing 4% to have it in 2 runs. So I started playing from zero a lot to get a new best. Just get to Etzer, that's all I wanted. So I played for about, I think it was around 3 hours just from zero. I got a couple attempts at the 30% cracked ship. It honestly wasn't going too well. I was having a really hard time getting back to 44%. So right as I was about to give up and go to sleep, I do one last attempt, and I ended up fluking it to 75%. For the rest of December, I kept consistently playing Bloodlust, just pushing for a new best, pushing for better runs. I'm so motivated to do it after I got that 75, but it just kind of all started to go to shit. Once I'd gotten that 75, I got super mind blocked at it. I actually ended up dying to it 4 times. It wasn't going well. I had also gotten a new best run of 38 to 100, which was nice. But 75%, dying at 75% 4 times really hurt my motivation. And I just felt this deep sense of dread every time I opened the level. I just didn't want to play it anymore. So I ended up taking a break from not only Bloodlust, but from Geometry Dash, until I eventually came back about a month ago and started beating extreme demons again, and I got a good skill boost from these levels. So once I'd come back, I actually seen this devotion level. I found it really fun. I kept playing it. It had a good song from Five Nights at Freddy's. It had fun gameplay. I liked everything about it. But once I'd beaten that, I felt like I was a lot better at the game. I feel like I just needed to take a break from the game in general. I feel like that improved my skill too. But once I'd beaten Devotion, that really helped. Then I picked up Artificial Ascent, which I already had 76 on, but I beat it literally 2 days after I picked it up again. So I could feel, I was like actually feeling good about the game again. So about 3 days ago, I picked up Bloodlust again. I said to myself before, after I quit for the second time, that I don't know if I'm going to beat the level in 2026. It's too hard. I just don't know if I can do it. So I end up picking it back up, and I actually got some ridiculous runs right off the bat. I got 30 to 96, 38 to 100, 63%, 72%, and then somehow I got 80%, passing 75. When I got that 80%, all of my motivation from when I fluked it to 75 came back. I was so ready to beat the level. I just wanted to get it over with. I'd been dragging it for over a year. I just wanted it to be done. So the day after, I sat down, hopped on a call with my good buddy Lunik, and I grinded the shit out of the level. So for the first hour, I just basically played from start positions, just practiced, the middle of the level extension, whatever. I started going from 0. I could feel that I was already consistent today. So, I got like 44%, 48%, and then like 44%, I think, again, all within like 15 minutes. So I was like, damn, I'm being pretty consistent right now. So I then just keep playing from 0, and all of a sudden I just have one miracle attempt. I ended up passing 75, I ended up passing 80, and I ended up beating Bloodlust after 51,000 attempts. I'm just so happy. It's my new hardest. It took me so long. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Here is the completion. When you were playing Wazoo Hold. Yeah, we were pointing out the N-words, I think, yeah. I wonder how many lost attempts you have on that.